Okay, so this is kind of a quick video. Now, some of you might be wondering, hey, what's this? This is a Qanba carbon. I didn't unbox it because I got it used, and also it's a pretty simple unboxing. This is more going to be an impressions video about it. Now, what the Qanba carbon comes with is these little clip things where you could effectively clamp it onto a desk. I took them off because I found them kind of annoying, and I prefer it to be as flat as possible. And also, because I kind of didn't really bother with it. Now, actually, this isn't stock. The only stock parts that I have right now is the plexiglass, these two buttons here at the edges in all black, and the start button. All of this, from here to the lever, have been modded with sanwa parts. And for two reasons. One, I kind of don't really care about the Qanba parts. And sanwa tends to be a bit more reliable, so I want to be on the safe side. And two, because I want to give the JLF a second shot. Now, I did try out the Qanba lever, the stock one, for a little bit. It was okay. It's a JLF clone. What the fuck do you want me to say about it? It's a JLF clone. What else can I say? But what I am going to be seeing are, one, some first impressions and what this stick is about, and also my thoughts on the JLF, because I'm actually a Korean user now. Mind you, these screws are actually, they weren't exposed. They used to be attached, but now they're not, so... this is a PC stick, by the way. So you can, stock, actually, it comes on setting wave. I don't know if you can see it. So stock, it works only as a PS3 stick. But I can make it work as an Xbox controller. So it's not that hard. I think you're supposed to press these two, the menu and the turbo buttons, at once. Other than that, what I can say is, from my first few impressions, the Qanba parts were okay. They get the job done for like a couple of months, but since I had literally spare sanwa parts lying around, I thought, what the hell, why not? Like, I need an excuse to use these, and I don't really want to, like, use the Qanba parts. Although I have noticed, I'm not sure if it's that noticeable, the Qanba parts are a little bit lower profile. So I thought that was interesting, but part of the reason why I have this stick is to work as a Japanese lever, or a Japanese stick. Since my main stick is currently decommissioned, I want something to use in the meantime for the rest of the week, and I also want a stick to work as a Japanese stick, or to have a Japanese style lever, which currently is going to be either a Sanjux V3 or a Sumitsu stick. Sanjux is too expensive, so Sumitsu it is. Unless I don't like the Sumitsu LS40. Hold on, let me reposition myself a little bit. So, unless I don't like the Sumitsu LS40, which... I don't know, what are your bets on that? The cable, it's not really that long. Like, this is how much cable you get. Like, up to here, all the way to there. Not much cable at all. And you're not supposed to. You're supposed to use it on a fucking computer, which is where I do most of my PC gaming on. So to me, it's not that big of a deal. It's perfectly serviceable. And I have it on the PCX input mode, so it's gonna work as an Xbox 360 controller. So, actually, the stick itself, it's actually pretty decent. It's only like 6. Hold up, let me just... Right, where was I? You're gonna have to bear with the black screen for a little bit. But in the meantime, where was I? There we go. So, right, this stick itself, for what you get, it's actually $60 new. Now, I didn't buy this new. Part of the reason why I didn't do an unboxing of it, I probably should have, but I didn't. So, boo-hoo, here you go. Is that $60 brand new. You get this, and it's a pretty moddable stick. In fact, actually, you can get some plexiglass from Focus Attack and print whatever the hell you want. And it won't really be that bad. It won't really be that big of a deal anyways. So, in my opinion, I partially bought this as a backup stick. But something I'm gonna do in the future is actually replace the circuit board with a Brook board. Why? Because this stick is relatively tiny in comparison to my main stick. Fuck. Whatever. Cable management can go to hell. Currently decommissioned. This is my PXN ARX9. And this is it compared to my Qanba Carbon. Hold on, side-by-side comparison would probably work a lot better. So this is my PXN X9. Currently, I'm waiting for the plexiglass to come in. I have a solution to how to install it. And this is my PXN X9. This is my PXN X9. This is my Qanba Carbon. Sorry, I'm goofing up. It's pretty late. So, it's fucking small, isn't it? So, as I return this back to its state of uselessness, this is a pretty tiny stick, and this really isn't. Now, depending on the situation, I'm gonna mod this with a Shimizu lever, and depending on the Shimizu lever, I'll probably use this as like my portable stick or something like that. I don't really know. But what I can say is, actually, this is gonna be my thoughts on JLF levers. Partially because two things. I'm actually a Virtua Fighter and Capcom vs. SNK player on Fightcade. And I would like to say, oh yeah, I play some King of Fighters. But King of Fighters has some crap matchmaking, so I can't say much on my opinions about that. Which sucks, because I'd love to play more King of Fighters. But, as you see me do some boring-ass cable management, when it comes to it, though, in my opinion, I still don't like the JLF. This is going to be from a Korean lover's experience. Because, mind you, the only games I relatively play mainly are Virtua Fighter 3, Capcom vs. SNK, and occasionally Tekken 7. Because that game is the only game that's pretty popular on PC, has half-decent matchmaking, and is a relatively modern 3D fighting game. So, hey, it matches with the buttons. I just gotta get a K-lever, or, no, fuck that shit. I don't need a K-lever, I just have to get a lever I like, because the JLF I do not like this thing. I have a love-hate relationship. I said love-hate relationship, I'm funny. No, I fucking do not like the JLF. Now, as you can see by my very dexterous moves, I think this, I'm not sure if I'm doing it correctly, but this is the Korean backdash. I'm having a hard time. Alright, got it. This is the Korean backdash, and this is like the I suck at doing wave dashes. I don't know how to do wave dashes. I know how to do KBDs though. So when it comes to it, the JLF, and this is something I've only started noticing with the KBDs, but when I do something like fireball or double, like quarter circle or double quarter circle, if you probably won't notice it, but the lever, the ball top, the top actually, it rolls, and I fucking hate the rolling. It's very annoying. And something that I've experienced with my Taeyong Fanta, I will eventually do a video actually showing the completed modded lever. One thing I'm doing is changing the artwork to be Hunter x Hunter themed, because Hunter x Hunter, the manga's coming back, baby. So I'm gonna put Gon on it, even though Gon's not gonna be in the recent arcs, but fuck you. I'm a fan of Hunter x Hunter, so deal with it. But what I can't deal with is the JLF. The fact is that I don't mind the JLF. I used to fucking loathe this thing, but I don't hate it that much anymore. That doesn't mean I like it. I personally find it to be one of the clunkiest. I still find it to be a very clunky stick to use. And if you don't know this, I'm actually rolling my finger. My finger is actually gripping onto the ball top, and it's causing the lever to, it's causing the shaft to spin. So I'm doing like this, like a rolling thing. And depending on who you are, it probably isn't that big of a deal. And in my opinion, don't stop me from liking the JLF. I'm like literally a fucking minority of people who's like, fuck the JLF. I don't like the JLF. Keep that shit away from me. But one thing is for sure, this rolling on the KBDs I'm doing, it's not that bad. But on a quarter circle, there's been times where I actually fucked up and where I fucked up and I missed an input or something. And this happened recently with Marvel vs. Capcom. With Capcom vs. SNK. Where I was trying to do a couple moves with Chun-Li and I fucked up. And mind you, this is me like rusty to J levers. So I still have like the rest of the week until I can get my plexiglass and go back to fucking Korean heaven. But until then, I have had a good bit of trouble. That rolling is very annoying to me. And another thing too is, and this is something I noticed would happen with if I were to change from a ball to a bat top. Because with a ball top, I don't hate ball tops. Ball tops are fine. I personally don't mind them. In fact, actually, I still want to give Japanese levers a shot, which is why I plan on getting a Samitsu. Because it's fairly different and also fucking affordable. I can buy it. I have to spend fucking $90 goddamn dollars shit for like a Sanjux C3. And no, I doubt an auto DIY mod can do much because it's inherently built into the JLF's design, or I should say into its build, because it's something that happens quite frequently. Like, it's very easy that it rolls, and it fucking sucks. Because I actually was thinking, hey, if I like the JLF, I'll give it a second chance. I'll buy the JLF mod kit that they sell, that Sanwa sells, that's on like Focus Attack and Arcade Shock. And in my opinion, I was thinking, okay, I could probably change it to like a bat top, might work for me. Or, you know, get like one of those quick release levers so I can have like ball, bat, whichever one I choose. No, because with bat tops, I tend to use my, like, bat tops, they're much more different. Because with ball tops, I tend to use the tips of my fingers. I don't really do anything like wine grass clip or something. I tend to use the tip of my fingers, which is an advantage because I tend to use a lot more of my palm, or I tend to use like giant surfaces of my hand for bat tops, and this is something that I would say, even if I switched, because even if I got used to it, which I wouldn't, it would fuck up with me. If I switched it to a bat top, it wouldn't solve any of my problems. In fact, actually, it probably would make it worse, because with a bat top, it would fucking roll, and it would make it nearly goddamn unplayable. And I personally I fucking hate using the JLF, and I don't like using it for arcade games, especially Pac-Man. The throw is way too long, and it feels fucking clunky as hell. And the fact that a roll actually feels a little bit weird, because I kind of want to lock into it. Now, right now, it's on the square gate, so it's not going to represent it. But I want to lock into my directions. And the fact is, it feels fucking shite. Another thing, too, is that rolling, it feels very imprecise. This is another thing. Like, going back to it, probably because it's been a while since I've used my K lever and I can't properly compare it. But it feels very odd. Like, before I had this issue, I think it's because, like I've grown a little bit more sensitive to it from going back to a K lever. Is that before, it would feel like there was no tactility. Now, it feels like there's more. But I don't really know. I can't comment on that more. But I do say I like the tactility and I like the speed that the JLF brings. It's a very speedy stick, and I don't mind it. I actually do enjoy that bit of extra speed because of its differences. But the JLF, it's rolling and it's a long throw for Pac-Man. Fucking garbage. Ass cheeks. Garbage. Trash lever, in my opinion. Now, keep in mind, this is my opinion. And this, like, I'm not entirely against people who like sanwa parts. I'm gonna say I personally hate the JLF. I'm not gonna outright say that the JLF is the objectively worst lever. I'm gonna state this clear enough. This is my opinion. I don't like the JLF, but if you do, that's perfectly fine. Same goes with sanwa OBS buttons. These are like the clear versions. I installed them mainly because they're reliable. These are literally the most non-controversial buttons you could fucking use. These are bare minimum basic fucking... These are the most basic of basic ass buttons. And I kid you not. Nobody's going to blow a fucking gasket. And if you say, oh, my buttons are shit, then you're being shit. The buttons themselves, they're okay. They get the job done. Who fucking cares? But for me, I definitely will say there's kind of a reason why I'm against giving the JLF a third shot now. With try with the DIY. No, shut up. This is something I'm gonna say. Even if it changes something, like the bubblegum master is something, wouldn't I be better off sticking with a Korean lever or using a different lever outright? That would give me a different experience. Because the rolling, I'm calling it, or the spin, it's extremely annoying and feels very clunky. And I like a speedy stick. It works fine for what I need, but it's not a good lever for me. It's not a good lever for me, for my playstyle and for what I do. Because for me, I've gotten used to bat tops, and I love the feeling of Hap and of American and Korean levers. Their heftiness, they're much more, they feel a lot more stable. And this feels very, I like the speed, but it doesn't feel very consistent. It doesn't feel very stable. I can get used to it. I actually used a JLF for much longer than I've used a Korean lever. But that doesn't mean I should stick with the J lever. I don't care if people are going to recommend, oh, do this mod, use it with these settings, blah, 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 blah. I don't care who it is. You're not going to convince me to stick with JLF. The rolling is annoying, and I find it very clunky for Pac-Man, which is a game I want to use this lever for eventually. Just like fucking undo the screws, open up, just do that shit. And I also find this lever extremely just very, very infuriating to, like, there's a feeling of clunkiness that this lever has, and I personally don't like it. It's one of my least favorite parts about this lever. Now, I'm probably gonna do some like CVS gaming. Actually, I don't know. Depending on what I do, I might do one of a couple things. I might do some games of Tekken 7, CVS, or actually no, scratch that, Fightcade. I might do Tekken 7, Fightcade, or I'll do a video about shit. Where was I? So I'll probably do a stream of Tekken 7 or Fightcade, and if I won't do either, I'll probably do a video of the build I have when it's complete, because I still want to complete the build. I want to print out the art first. Well, actually no, I have to make a holes for it, print out the art, and then I want to do a showcase of it and do some like light gameplay on, like, I don't know, Virtua Fighter and such. I also hope people enjoyed my performance. I hope people like the video I have made on my first tournament I've played. It's not with this stick. I actually got this stick pretty recently, so it was with the old setup before I, you know, missing a lot of shit. But yeah, I felt like I did pretty good. I would like to join more tournaments. Who knows? I'll probably join a tournament for Virtua Fighter 4 when it becomes available on Fightcade. Because one thing is for sure, me and the Virtua Fighter community are going to be very, very hyped when that happens. So, I don't think it'll be coming out this week, but who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. And if I'm wrong, shit, boy, I'm going to be doing that. But it very much depends. Now, when it comes to the Carbon, it's a very good PC stick for $60. If that's all you want, and you want a very easy to customize and, like, there's good amounts of information stick, get this. You can get the plexiglass from Focus Attack. They also sell the like way for you to buy the fucking art, and it's not that hard to modify. It's pretty simple actually. Realistically, what I might do next is because I want to do a custom build soon, and next what I might do is build a stick using a noir layout and crown parts. Very much depends on what I'm gonna do, but it's gonna be a clear stick, and it's gonna depend on if I get a Brook USB. I won't install it here because it's gonna be a PC stick. Eventually I'll do a board replacement, but I'll replace it with, I won't do it with a Brook USB. So, why not USB? Because one, I don't need the Brook USB. Two, I'm probably going to only take this to locals and probably my brother's house for whenever, I don't know, we want to play like fucking Virtua Fighter or something. So I'll have another stick for local tournaments with a UFB, be it my PXN X9 or the custom build. I'll take those, but not this. This is the casual stick that I'll take to. This is the fucking travel stick. You won't see me take this to fucking Evo or something. I'll be taking the big boy sticks, not this one. This is the one I'm gonna take to a friend's house. This is relatively light, which I like. It doesn't feel... It feels sturdy, which is good. Unlike my chair here. But this feels sturdy. It's also relatively light, so it's easy to carry. And depending on what I might do, I'll probably do a little more. So anyways, this is Joshua Pac-Man signing out. Let's see what the weekend brings.